Hello, so this time we have a game that ended up very close by 1.5 for black in this case. Let's have a look. So we have a cross-court Fuseki, which leads to an early fight. Black attacks one of the corners, which is good. This attach is a little bit questionable. Most of the time, if you wanna respawn locally, it's good to play the Kosumi in order to prevent being pressed down, or Keima. Now white of course can think about the kick and simply defend the corner, because this Joseki will end up with black extending for a base, so now white is tempted to play some other moves, like Shimari, can be the tight or the large Shimari, or approach one of the corners. For example, set up this kind of development on the bottom side. Also, white can think about the pincer in the top. Can be h16, the far and high pincer. This will lead to a simple Joseki like this. Also, white can play the tight and low pincer. Now there are several Josekis that can be played here. Black can simply jump out, then put pressure on the top stone. In this case, white will simply go for a base, either double up like this or jump. Or there's a bit more complicated Joseki in this case. Black can counter pincer from the left side, then white will go out. Black attaches to keep white separated. Then black needs to fix a base for his top group, actually some I shape. And both white and black will settle the groups. So in this position, black ends in Sente and can play away, because the top group is already safe enough as it stands. This is an old school Joseki. Nobody really plays them anymore. So white d15. If white simply plays away, for example p3 Shimari, black will immediately put pressure in the top left corner and extend from the wall. Well, black can push a few more times, but this doesn't necessarily have to happen right away. This Joseki requires good timing for black, so black can cut here in order to create Age and use the cuts in his favor. And the meaning of b15 is to set up the nose Tsuji in the corner, and after the wall it's all in position. Black will extend in the top, either to the middle of the side or one to the right, because the wall is quite powerful, so you can extend further away from it. But the defenses are sensitive, so usually some extension to the middle of the side. Now this is pretty much a monster Joseki. So the most common way for white is to play d15, and in this position most of the time black will extend back for a base, and now white is thick enough to leave the position as it is and play somewhere else. Also in this position white can think about f3 and then extend back to l3. Now this formation on the bottom, it's called the mini Chinese pattern. Well, in general this kind of pattern is played by black, but white can get the formation too. So attaching, it's a little bit unusual, because it helps white e17 get stronger. Yeah, going up is good. Black will take the key point. White needs to protect. Black is supposed to extend in the top for a base, and then white can also extend one more time on the left side to prevent the approach and being attacked in the corner. So this would be a basic pattern, but it seems black is overplaying a little bit here. Well, this approach doesn't really affect white, because the cut is not going to work right away. So it's a fine idea for white to pincer. Well, black's plan is probably push and cut at d16, so if black tries this move right away, it's not going to work. white can capture. So his c13 wasn't the best preparation. Well, black can approach all the way to c14, but in that case white will bump, and then when black goes up, he's pretty heavy, and it's like trying to cut the bamboo connection, this formation, and it looks strange because it doesn't work to separate, and black needs to defend in two places. So when white attacks here, black has a problem with the top group, and when white plays this way, black again has to run with the two stones. So either way, it's pretty bad for black. That's why black should defend calm in the top and keep the base first. So this approach, let's see how white can punish in this case. Pincer was the actual move, which is playable, but white can think about the other pincer to put pressure on the top stones. Now if black comes out, honey in the head of two stones will force black into an empty triangle, which is quite painful. Then of course there's a cutting point at f17, and white can think about a peep, but it's not so great to peep g17. In this case it's better to think about g18, and then either block like this or push first and then block. So black is forced into a very bad formation there, but right now it's good to pincer the left stone. So again, black has two problems, this group and the top group, being heavy and separated. So black jumps out. In this position, white should turn first to keep black separated, then push along and keep the two stones, because now the two stones are weak, so they have to come out, and this will induce white's base on the left side, and black is still on the run with this group. And it's also nice to have access to the middle. Playing away, black can surround the corner, which he should do like this, and now it works to push and cut. So in this position white needs a move to protect his corner and stay safe. Then black can extend in the top. So in the end the result is not too bad for black. I mean, his overplay got unpunished, more or less. Playing c6 is not so urgent. It's still interesting for white to turn. p4, it's a big move overall, but right now the fight was still hot in the top left corner. For black it's bigger to play on the right side. r10, that's the direction of play for white shimari. Approaching here looks a little bit overplayish. Good idea to pincer. White can also play the tight one, l3. Then black goes out, white can play the Kosumitsuke and jump once, threatening to cut or simply extend for a base. Anyway, nice idea to pincer. So black goes out and white makes a base. That's a good move too. So black's two stones here are simply heavy without a base, so they are on the run. It's a thin group. This block is good for the corner, but it doesn't impact white too much. Yeah, nice idea to play this Kosumi. So this O3 will remove black space, which is fine. Black shouldn't play this Atari right away. It's better to go M2 and seek for I shape, because without playing the Atari at O4, later on there is Aji at Q3. So this is Aji Keshi to play the Atari, because it makes white very thick. And connecting like this, it's heavy. Playing a hanging connection at M2 will create some I shape next, because if white plays away now, black can continue with the attach and then block, and it's easy to fix I shape on the bottom this way. So when this happens, white can peep right away to force black into a very heavy shape and an empty triangle. So this gives black a pretty bad shape, and then block the second line potential eye. So black is on the run, and now white can jump on the right side to build while attacking. And this kind of jump is good to stay ahead. So white jumps right away. That's fine too. Well, at this stage, if white doesn't start attacking like this, it's very big to approach the top right corner, either inside or outside, or still think about ways to separate the groups in the top left. So Q8. Then black protects the weak group. Let's see, peep. Yeah, it would be good to peep here once, and then from the other side, because this forces black into the so-called B2 bomber formation, and then protect the right side with Q6. Now if black pushes down, white can just answer. Nothing happens. These cuts are not a problem. White can answer everything, and black's group is still on the run, and it looks very ugly, like a grape formation. So black will simply jump out on neutral points. Well, this Q5, it's a natural shape though, but when black gets ahead, he also makes a good shape. Now here again, should peep one time, and instead of connecting Q6, white can think about R7 or even one space jump, because when black turns and cuts here, it's not a big problem. The corner is alive, it's safe, and the outside group is strong too. So black is still under attack. Now black needs to jump out, and then he will lose the stones on the right side. This is too ambitious. Black is not safe yet, and he came a bit too close to white's T group. In this position, black should go out in the middle with this kind of move in order to prevent the M4 peep. So when white blocks, black will go up, and like this he keeps I shape. So approaching here, it's a bit dangerous. So once again, white can peep and then play the tiger mouth in order to put a lot of pressure on the black group. Black needs to run out with a jump like this, or turn and then jump out, and after this white can think about the pincer all the way to the corner. But the direction of play is good, so a move like R13 looks nice. Now black protects the corner. Yeah, it's natural to play Q11, but in this case cutting will lead to a sacrifice. So let's see if white can do better than that. Hane seems alright. Nobi would be an option, and then when black connects, this is already a bad shape. Separate the groups again because of this Atari again, and surround everything. Yeah, this would be more effective for white. Now what happens when cut? Yeah, black cuts too, then Atari again, and this was greedy. Black should block and sacrifice the 2 stones. White will turn like this and then take 2 stones in Gote, but at least it's a trade, so black captures 1 stone for these 2 black stones. And now black is also Sente, so he has time to play another big point, either an extension in the top or reinforce the bottom group, which is the weakest right now. So playing here, it's a big minus because white simply turns and black gets captured. Taking the 3 stones right away, it's not very effective. Let's see other options. Yeah, cutting here is a good idea. Playing Atari again would be nice to set up the ladder. So if black comes out, white has this ladder that goes to the top. But now black can try this ladder too, and this one is actually broken. So this would be a very successful result for white. And if black is aware that the ladders are working on this Atari, he needs to give up the 2 stones. And in this case, white takes the 2 stones and becomes much stronger in the middle, and the 3 stones on the right side are dead anyway. So if black tries some jump here and escape, it's not going to work. Not enough space to make twice. So instead of playing inside your own territory, it's much better to protect going on the outside. If black simply goes Atari and white captures, again, no more Agi and the stones are captured. So this would be a good way to take the lead. Playing here, black can capture 1 stone, and then white needs 1 more move to take the 3 stones. Or Atari first. This Atari will allow the connection underneath. So no time to Atari first. Gotta take right away. And then black can play away. So this way, black loses the minimum, only giving up the 3 stones. Therefore, cut and kill more. Playing Atari like this, to set up the other ladder, it's an option too. Yeah, the other ladder works also, but black can prevent that. Black can Atari here first. So when white captures 3 stones, black also saves his stones. Which means, when you start with this Atari, it will lead to a trade. So it's still better to Atari O12 first, in order to set up the other ladder. So this creates MI between capturing 2 stones or capturing 3 stones. And it's quite a disaster for black if this happens. So black went down to give up another stone. That's a minus, in fact. Black should just be happy and protect at S13 in Sente, then play away. So let's see what happened next. Oh, taking this stone, it's actually no need. So black is Sente right now. He can play some other move, like an extension in the top, if he's brave enough to leave the bottom undefended, or defend here, because if white comes out R14, nothing happens. Black will just Atari and Atari. So this is captured anyway. Playing here, it's like saying pass. Yeah, this invasion in the top is very good. It creates MI to the left and right. Good, to space jump is fine. Then go up. All these moves are forced. Yeah, black has to surround that. And white should protect the corner now. Kosumi here, it's important. If white plays away, and it's not important to capture another stone, because already the shape is really strong on the right side. At least play the peep and start chasing the entire group. But the thing is, on the left side, black can push and capture the 2 stones. That if white wants to protect, the cut works. So now white is captured bigger like this. But black doesn't have to go for 2 stones, because white will leave this way in the corner. Black can try to be more aggressive and play the Keima in order to kill everything. The Kosumi will end up like this. So it also kills the entire corner. So the proper move for white here is to play B15 to keep eye shaping the corner and also stay connected. And after B15 defense is on the board, white can think about the Hane to separate the top from the left side. So black needs another move here to stay connected. But all these moves are pretty much neutral points. So black has to run out to fix his group. And then again, white can come back and attack severe the bottom heavy group. So again, the game looks pretty good for white here. Taking the stone was slack. It's not worth going for 2 more points where there are already lots of territory points for white. So black went out, no B. Yeah, it's natural to stay ahead. But it's also not such a big deal if black comes out, because he already lost the 4 stones. So once again, white can play away. If Atari here, just connect. If Atari like this, go out. When black pushes, you can turn and fight a little bit in this area. And in the end, black is still in trouble. Because anyway, white can capture the 4 stones whenever he wants. So white no B. Turn. This feels a little bit slow right now. At this moment, should consider a jump out, not to let the top group surround it, or an attach and pull back, because this creates cutting points and fixes the base. So black needs another move here or here. And if black cuts, you just give up 1 stone bait in order to separate the stone in the middle. So like this, it's easy to erase this potential. Okay, so turn. Locally, instead of a turn, it's okay to jump, because when black pushes through and white blocks, black has to come back. So again, he's not going to build too much. Hane is good. No need to play Atari, just Hane, because next there's a double Atari, so black needs to Nobi anyway. If black plays a double Hane, now double Atari works to catch one or the other. But playing Atari will show black the intention, so when Atari on the outside, black will simply get ahead. And if Hane directly, the Atari at O12 can be played as a co-threat, so this exchange should be kept in reserve. Now push, block, and jump out. Good idea to jump and keep the top safe. And in this case, it becomes dangerous for the corner. Black should actually connect solid. And now there's a way for white to leave the Kosumi in the 2-2 point, like this. So black took a stone. Yeah, white can connect the 2 stones in center. And instead of Hane, should play B18. Now when playing B18, if D18, just make I shape. Well, this can result in a ko, but the ko can also backfire, so black will probably not start it. And if black tries A17, white can push a D18 first and then make eyes this way. So when black connects, white goes down, and these are the 2 eyes in the corner. So you gotta remember that the 2-2 point is the vital point here. Playing this one can be dangerous, because black can start with the 2-2 and then block, go down, and now there is Miai between Hane and the other Hane. So when white goes down here, black connects under, no eyes in the corner. When black protects this way, Hane will reduce the group to 1 eye. And trying to escape like this, it doesn't work. White is surrounded. So in the actual game, this can lead to a co-fight. Now, normally block like this and fight a ko. Because here, black has the vital point, then push, then reduce the second eye in the corner and throw in. And again, if white tries to escape, no eye here. And the cut is probably a bit too late, because white doesn't have too many liberties in the corner, so. But it seems black was afraid of this push and cut, so it allow the life in the corner. It can go down, in fact, because this will give a 4 points life. Playing here, it's only a 3 points life. It might be important at the end when the game is close. Okay, now black is trying to take away the base. In this case, white should just cover, and then on this move, wedge to create some cutting points, then Atari again, attach and go down. So this way, white already has at least 1 eye in the top and can make another one in the middle or jump out. So block, then turn, and now there are no eyes there. And yeah, the shape point is actually this hanging connection Anyway, black is not going to separate here. But now it's dangerous. Now white got cut. So playing this way, it's connected. White is out. In fact, white can also play this one, because if black blocks Atari and capture, so black has to play the ugly way, then Atari once, then push, then cut in the top and capture this stone. It's difficult for black to resist here because of this Atari and take everything. So liberties are an issue in that area. So black is trying to cut. In this position, white is losing the 3 stones in the top, but he can still use the Agi. So playing Atari in the middle will capture 2 stones instantly. And if black defends, now white can save his group by playing throw-in and Atari from the outside. Now this creates a shortage of liberties, so when black connects, everything dies. And black needs to turn, and white save his group again. Playing here, it's a peep at the cutting point, so black will just protect. Normally, you want to cut where you can cut, but maybe it doesn't really work because of this peep, and then black can catch the stone in a net. Otherwise, black will just capture more stones and then run out and make ice on the side too. So this results into a bit of a collapse for white. But playing this move, it's threatening a cutting point, also doesn't help much. So black makes a good shape here. Yeah, white has to focus in the middle now. But actually white can still attack very severe this bottom group. And now it's even better, because with all that strength in the middle, it's gonna be difficult for black to make 2 ice in this area. It seems pretty much only 1 eye for now. And this is actually a dead group. So white is back in the game. Even after making the blunder to lose the 3 stones in the top, can win the game now. So this jump, it's a little bit far from the target. So black can fix the group now. Actually, it's still better for black to play a move like this, then go up, and then jump on the second line to keep his ice. Now he's got 1 eye here and 1 eye here. Nothing to worry about. So black jump out, peep. Well, white is looking for ways to build the center, but it's not so active attacking the lower group. Now white should think about a move to separate that jump from the bottom area and crosscut. This can make the game more complicated too. Then push, Atari once, and capture this guy. Or maybe Nobi up. Black should still pay attention and stay alive. Then invade the corner. This is all center for white. And now jump again in the middle. So if white manages a pretty big territory in this area, with all the territory on the right side, should be still okay, because black only has this part, which is quite large, the rest is small. But it feels like a close game, so one should count accurate to see how the territory balance is going. So jump. This is trying to keep connected, but also helps black draw a line and stay connected. That's good too. But now black can think about ways to counterattack the bottom. For example, invade like this, then Kosumitsuke and connect under. All of a sudden white's base disappear, so from being hunted, black becomes the hunter. White is in danger here. So Kosumi block. Okay, black connects. Now white has to secure this group. This is quite a nice move, trying to separate and also keep eyes on the bottom. But black finally connected and he's out of danger. Yeah, no way to kill this group or to cut it anymore. Black could defend a bit more actively. But anyway, there is no danger here. So, for example, if black plays a peep and then jumps in the middle, if white wants to cut, nothing happens. So, it's really no need to turn. Saving one stone, not so big right now. So, white can play Kosumi in center, then Han and connect. Connect solid. There is also this move center. Then this Atari here, capture the 2 stones, and yeah, black needs another move here, and then enclose more points in the middle. So probably if we think that this game was won by black by 1.5, in this scenario white might be a little bit ahead, taking all the center possible moves. So going back here to save 1 stone, it's really small, because the group is already safe. So once white plays the Hane and connecting center, even if black goes Atari on 1 stone, white is safe and alive. So losing 1 stone, it's really not a big problem here. So black got center and he just took 1 stone. This actually helps white enclose the middle quite nice. So instead of pushing and capturing 1 stone, black should simply jump in the middle like that. And then jump again. And attach here, clamp, Atari. This is a better way to reduce the center. And then can also go on the second line to take away all those points. In the endgame stage, it's more valuable to play moves on the second line. So playing like this, black went for the smallest territory and just help white enclose all this center. So the sequence was pretty much thank you. Instead of blocking solid to allow the Atari, white should play, instead of the Tiger Maw, white should play solid. So then when black blocks here, white can play away. And if black doesn't do anything there, white has the Atari and connect. Because like this, white is committed, white needs to connect again. Normally. Well, trying to live in the corner, it's a bit late. So it's not going to get a core or anything. Black is very strong in that area. This is big. And black finally protected against the Agi. So yeah, instead of connecting 1 stone, should really Atari here and capture. And this move is center because white can also Hane. And now if black blocks, again, the Atari and Atari works. Or it also works to play Kosumi in order to set up a snapback. So when black connects, white captures everything. When black plays here, the snapback works to save those guys. So white had another chance to win the game here, it seems. Just Atari and capture the 2 stones in center. Then play other moves like here. This is center 2. Hane on the left. Also center. And finally play the Gote move after finishing with the center ones. So connect. In this case, white could Atari and go out. But, oh sorry, black can push on this side by sacrificing. Yeah, it's better to Atari from the outside. But now it's good to play this double up. Because when playing here, black can clamp and Atari. Or like that. Also good order. This is not so big. White doesn't need to defend right now. White can still play away. If Atari here connect, if Atari here connect. And when black pushes, just connect. Only on this move, white needs another move inside. But not immediately. White can also play this one to break, to destroy 1 point. But it's too small. it's bigger to play Cente for 2 points here and Cente for 2 points here, which actually happened soon after. So Cente, yeah, I need to protect. Then Cente from this direction, go to protect again. Black should connect solid, not to leave cotrets. This Hane, let's see if there are other bigger moves. Tuk tuk tuk. Yeah, not much left. This is good. Pullback solid is better, so when white plays here, black blocks, white doesn't need g5. This one, black plays Atari, white connects, so g5 is just a neutral point. But if here and black plays this one, white doesn't play g5 but somewhere else to make another point. That's a good move. White should really Atari on the first line here. That destroys a couple of points in Cente. Then Atari like this. Then go down to p1 to prevent black's honey in Cente and secure 2 points. This is a reverse Cente move. That was good. This is also good. This is just 1 point, so it's better to go p1, which is going to be a Cente move for black. So black can play p1 in Cente now and destroys 2 more points. So these 2 points disappeared. So even in the last few moves, white could come back and win this game. Yeah, that move prevents the co-fight. Black doesn't need another move inside. Black could just Atari here and connect. And then pass. So, yeah, there's a ko. White should fight the ko. Let's see where are the ko threats. Atari here, for example. Then capture the ko. Now black can play Atari like this. Then white has Atari here. And this one. Throw in. White is supposed to have more ko threats. Atari here, take. Then Atari here. Where else? This one. Then this one. One more like this. Actually, it's better for black to play Atari this way, so he has more in the center. Now, this Atari is a threat. Where else? Atari like this or like this? Yeah, this one to have another one. Hane here it's a threat or not? Atari, 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 no. Cutting the top to make life. And there is one more. Quite annoying. So does white have another one? It seems not. Ouch. So white loses the ko by 1 ko threat. That's why it's good to play solid connections early on in the game to prevent these ko fights. So for example, instead of playing J11, which is an artistic connection, it's better to play J12. So like this, black is not going to have a ko threat there. So giving up the ko, it's another point. And in the end, black won by 1.5. But the highlight here, it's attacking the bottom group. White delayed this attack too much. And also, paying attention in the top not to lose the 3 stones was key. And of course, white missed the chance to play the Atari and use the dead stones in order to break in the top right area. Enjoy the review and see you soon.